Let's flip over to Proverbs chapter 6. We're going to see another proverb here about the adulterous woman that flatters, that uses flattery as her tool to get you into her trap. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse number 23. Verse number 23, the Bible reads, "For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life." Now, first of all, just let this sink down. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, you mean you obey the commandments of God?" as if it's like some real bad thing. You know, we exalt God's commandments. Why? Because they're light. Because it's truth. Because it's goodness. It's good for you to follow the instructions of the Lord. People say, "Oh, yeah, what are you, some legalist or something?" Look, God wrote a law. You want to call me a legalist, that's fine. I just want to obey the law because God gave it to us for our benefit. He knows what's best for us. He's giving us the warnings. He doesn't want you to fall into these traps, which so many people fall into and ruin their lives and make decisions that impact the whole rest of their life based off of one really, really bad decision they made in the heat of a moment at one point that changes the course of their life forever. The commandment is a lamp. It's a light for us to shine and brighten our way, to give us understanding so we know the right decisions to make in our life. And the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman. God's instruction is here to keep you from this, to keep you from these disasters. From the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Sin is always very deceitful. There's always some attraction there that's going to try to draw you in, right? And with the strange woman, with this whorish woman, she may be very beautiful, right? She may be batting her eyelashes at you. She may be telling you all kinds of things that she knows you want to hear. Watch out for that woman, unless it's your wife. Watch out for that woman. That's the strange woman. That's why it's called the strange woman, because she's not your wife. Hey, wives, flatter your husband, right? Tell him how great he is. The only trap you might have to look out for is, "Okay, honey, can you buy this for me?" No, this is in regards to the strange woman that flatters with her mouth, right? This is what we need to look out for. Look at verse number 26. It says, "For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life." This may be a little bit hard to understand sometimes. And when we go over people, you know, in many sermons, we read about people who are wicked people, who are bad people, all the way down to their heart. It can be difficult to understand sometimes for what I would call maybe a normal person to understand this, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Look, I know we're all sinners today. Every single person is a sinner. And we've all done things that are wrong in our life. But there are some people out there, like the wolves in sheep's clothing, that are bad people, whose heart is darkened and are reprobate concerning the faith. And they are looking like this. It says the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Now, there are people that commit adultery that allow themselves to be put in situations and allow bonds to form and end up committing a wicked act. And I'm not going to downplay that sin, because the sin of adultery is, according to the Bible, is worthy of the death penalty. That's how God feels about adultery and how serious of a sin it is. But that's one type of person that commits adultery. On the other hand, you have women, that's talking about here, a whorish woman that hunts for the precious life, that she has it out to go out and commit adultery with these men on purpose, and is looking to set a trap and to flatter them and just to get them in to her bed. This is the person who's using the flattery and the whorish woman that's going to bring you to nothing. It's going to bring you to a piece of bread. The adulteress hunts for the precious life. The Bible says in verse 27, "Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her, shall not be innocent." You want to stay far away from that as possible.